Today, in this video we talk about year 2022 SPM Mathematics paper 2. Please pause and read the question if needed. Question number 1a. Mark point R which has vertical distance of 5 units from point P, 5 vertically up units from P, and 5 vertically downward units from P. R is marked at 3, 6, and 3 minus 4. Question number 1b. Calculate the distance in unit between points R and Q. By using the distance formula, use either point R, 3, 6 or 3 minus 4 as x2 and y2, point Q minus 2, 1 as x1 and y1. Substitute the points R and point Q into the formula, x2 minus x1 and y2 minus y1, 3 minus 2, 6 minus 1. Distance between points R and Q equals the square root of 3 minus 2 in the bracket square plus 6 minus 1 in the bracket square. The calculated result is 7.07 units. Question number 2. List out the 10 positive integers in ascending order. The median is placed in between the 5th and the 6th terms. First quartile falls on the middle of the first half of the 10 integers, and third quartile falls on the middle of the second half of the 10 integers. A. Find the first quartile, that's 5. B. Find the interquartile range. Interquartile range is quartile 3 minus quartile 1. 16 minus 5 equals 11. Question number 3a. Write the converse and contrapositive of the following implication. Try to recall back the converse, inverse, and contrapositive of the implication. If P, then Q. Follow the patterns. The converse is if Q, then P. Written as if 2x minus 3 equals 5, then x equals 4. And the contrapositive is if negation of Q, then negation of P. Written as if 2x minus 3 is not equals to 5, then x is not equals to 4. Question 3b. Make a general conclusion by induction for the sequence of numbers. An inductive reasoning moves from the specific to the general. We can conclude the following patterns. Return the unchanged value, x times bracket square minus 4, and write the changing values 1, 2, 3, and 4 as n. N starts from 1, 2, 3, and 4. The 3 dots means to its infinite. Question number 4a. The step labeled Y in financial management process is the evaluating financial status, setting goals, evaluating financial status, creating financial plan, carrying out financial plan, reviewing and revising the progress. Question number 4b. Calculates Poincaré monthly cash flow. Monthly cash flow can be calculated by monthly inflows deduct monthly outflows. There are two monthly inflows, 8,500 of salary and 1,200 from her house rental. The monthly outflows, 4,350 of fixed expenses, 3,610 of variable expenses, and 12% of her salary as fixed monthly saving. Cash flows equals 8,500 plus 1,200 minus 4,350 minus 3,610 minus 12% of 8,500. Poincaré's monthly cash flow is 720 ringgit Malaysia. Question number 5. Given the ratio of ST to TU is 1 to 4. Written as ST over TU equals 1 over 4. ST is 10. Solved by cross multiplications. TU is equals to 40. Therefore, the length of SU, 10 plus 40, that's 50. Next, look at the height of the rhombus. It's 1/3 of the length PU. PU is 24 meters. 1/3 times 24 equals 8 meters. With the given area of the main dining section, 628 meters square, the length of QP can be calculated by the area of trapezium deduct the area of rhombus. Area of trapezium is calculated by the formula 1/2 times sum of its parallel sides times its height. Sum of its parallel sides PQ plus 50 and height 24. Rhombus is a subset of parallelograms. Area of rhombus also can be calculated as base times height. That's 10 times 8. 24 divided by 2 equals 12. 12 multiples to PQ and 50. 12 PQ and 600 minus 80. The calculated result is 9. PQ is 9 meters. Question number 6a. Indrik Fahim bought a house insured with the fire insurance which has a co-insurance provisions of 80% of his house insurable value. Co-insurance is the cost sharing of the loss between the insurance company and the policyholder. Since his house insurable value is 300,000 ringgit Malaysia, therefore the amount of insurance to be purchased is 300,000 times 80%. That is 240,000. Calculate the amount of compensation that he will receive if his house is caught on fire, and the estimated amount of loss is 30,000 ringgit Malaysia. In this case, the insured value 240,000 is less than the amount of required insurance 300,000. Refer to the formula. Indrik Fahim insured his house with an amount of 200,000 ringgit Malaysia. Amount of insurance to be purchased 240,000, total loss 30,000, and deductible 2,500. The amount of compensation is 22,500 ringgit Malaysia. Question number 6b. State his co-insurance penalty value. The co-insurance penalty is the amount that policyholders bear on the partial loss incurred as a result of not meeting the co-insurance provisions. Refer to the formula of co-insurance penalty. Its total loss 30,000, amount of insurance purchased 200,000, amount of insurance to be purchased 240,000, its total loss 30,000. The co-insurance penalty is 5,000 ringgit Malaysia. Question number 7. Refer to the diagram given. The area of children's section is 12 and 4/7 meters square, and the area of adult section is 107 and 3/7 meters square. The length of one of the sides of the hexagonal pool is half of the width of the swimming pool. 5/2 x meters of the remainder width. With all the information given, the value of x can be calculated by using the area formula. Area of adult sections equals area of the swimming pool minus area of children's sections. Area of the swimming pool is an area of rectangle length times width. The product of 7x minus 2 and 2 times 5/2x. Transpose minus 12 and 4/7 to the left-hand side. 2 divided by 2, multiply 7x minus 2 to 5x. Simplify to 35x squared minus 10x minus 120 equals 0. By factorization, the value of x is equals to 2. Negative value is not acceptable in this case. Question number 8. Let face mass be M, hand sanitizer be K. Refer to the diagram given. Package A, 3 face masks and 4 hand sanitizers cost 148 ringgit 40 cents. Written as 3M plus 4K equals 148.40. Package B, 2 face masks and 6 hand sanitizers. Customer buys 2 sets of package B cost 301 ringgit and 20 cents. That is 4M plus 12K equals 301.20. Using matrix method, find the price in ringgit Malaysia of a box of face mask and of a bottle of hand sanitizer. Express the simultaneous linear equations as a matrix equation. The coefficients matrix, the variable matrix, and the constants matrix. Transpose the coefficients matrix to the right-hand side, it becomes an inverse matrix. Recall the formula of the inverse of a matrix. The variable matrix equals the determinants AD minus BC, 3 times 12 minus 4 times 4. Swap the elements in the main diagonal A and D, becomes 12 and 3. Put negatives in front of B and C, minus 4 and minus 4, and the constants matrix. The determinant is 20. Multiply the two matrices, first row, first column, 12 times 148.40 plus minus 4 times 301.20, and second row, second column, minus 4 times 148.40 plus 3 times 301.20. That is 576 and 310. The calculated result for M is 28.8 and K is 15.5. The price of a box of face mask is 28 ringgit 80 cents and of a bottle of hand sanitizer is 15 ringgit 50 cents. Question number 9a1. The point of double prime M is the image of point M under a combined transformation TR. Combined transformation TR means transformation R followed by transformation T. M is the object of M prime under transformation R, and M prime is the object of M with double prime under transformation T. Determine the coordinates of M prime. M with double prime is the image of M prime under a translation 2,6. The coordinates of M prime plus 2,6, the image is 5,6. Transpose 2,6 to right hand side. M prime is equals to 3, 0. The coordinates of M prime is 3, 0. Question number 9a2. Hence, take the direction of rotation and the center of rotation for transformation R. Let's draw a line connect to point M and point M prime. Then, construct a perpendicular bisect of these 2 points. The center of rotation must be on this perpendicular bisector between point M and point M prime. Try to find out the points of center of rotation. Since transformation R is a rotation of 90 degrees, the center of rotation can be determined by using a ruler to check the right angle formed at the point on the perpendicular line between the 2 points. These points of center of rotation are greater than 90 degrees. Greater than 90 degrees, less than 90 degrees. There are only 2 points that satisfy the rotation of 90 degrees. The point minus 4, 2, anti-clockwise rotation at center, minus 4, 2, and the point 1, minus 7. Clockwise rotation at center, 1, minus 7. Question number 9b. Describe in full a single transformation which is equivalent to the combined transformation TR. Translation is the simplest way to describe the transformation from one point to another point. A single transformation is described as the translation of 11, 11. Move 11 units to the right and 11 units up. It can also be defined as a reflection on line y equals to minus x. Question number 10a. For the function given, it has an amplitude of 3 over 2. That's a maximum value of 3 over 2 and a minimum value of minus 3 over 2. With periodicity of 360 degrees, 90 degrees, 180 degrees, 270 degrees, and 360 degrees. The graph goes 1.5 unit up and 1.5 unit down from the midline of the graph with periodicity of 360 degrees. Question number 10b. Diagram 7 is a square. P is the midpoint of ST. Then SPN PT equals to 15 cm. The length of PR can be calculated by the Pythagoras theorem. PR is the longest side. From the equation PR square equals 30 square plus 15 square. Simplify to PR equals square root of 1125. The calculated result is 33.54 cm. Find the value of cos y. The formula of cos theta equals adjacent over hypotenuse. The angle of y is greater than 90 degrees and less than 180 degrees. That is an obtuse angle lie in second quadrant. Cosine in second quadrant is negative. Therefore, cos y equals to minus 30 divided by 33.54. Cos y equals to minus 0.89.
Question number 11. A. State the gradient of Rs. The gradient of a straight line can be determined by the form of y equals mx plus c. M represent the gradient of the line. For the linear equation 2y equals minus 3x plus 8. To isolate y, divide both sides of the equation by 2. Simplify to y equals minus 3x over 2 plus 4. The coefficient of x is the gradient of the equation. Gradient of Rs is minus 3 over 2. The second. Find the x-intercept of the straight line Rs. X-intercept is the x-coordinate of a point where a line intersects the x-axis. The value of y-coordinate is 0 at that point. Substitute y equals 0 into the equation. 2 times 0 equals minus 3x plus 8. X equals 8 over 3. Therefore, x-intercept of the straight line Rs is 8 over 3. B. Diagram 8.2 shows the locations of 4 attraction places in a district drawn on a Cartesian plane. Beach, museum, zoo, and butterfly farm. Determine the coordinates of zoo. That's the intersection of two lines. The line x equals 8 and the line joining the zoo and the beach. Intersection point can be determined by the method of simultaneous linear equations. Equation number 1. X equals 8. Equation number 2. The line joining the zoo and the beach. By using the formula y equals mx plus c. C is the value where the line cuts the y-axis. C equals 3. And m is the gradient of the line. Gradient equals to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. The gradient of the line joining the 2 points, minus 2, 2, and 0, 3, is 3 minus 2 over 0 minus minus 2. The gradient is a half. Therefore, the equation joining the zoo and the beach is y equals a half x plus 3. Solve these two lines simultaneously. Substitute x equals 8 into the equation number 2. Y is equals to 7. The coordinate of zoo is 8, 7. Two. If the gradient of the straight line that connects the museum and zoo is minus 1/4, where zoo lies on the point 8, 7, substitute the gradient and the point into the equation y equals mx plus c. 7 equals minus 1/4 times 8 plus c. The value of c equals to 9. Therefore, the equation of the straight line that connects the museum and zoo is y equals minus 1/4 x plus 9. Question number 12. A. List the elements of J and L by using the set notation. The universal set equals the set of all x such that x is an integer where x is greater than or equal to 39 and less than 52. The integers of the universal set are given from 39 to 51. Elements for set J is a multiple of 3. That's 39, 42, 45, 48 and 51. Set L is a number such that the sum of its digits is greater than 6. For instance, 39, that's 3 plus 9 is equal to 12. 12 greater than 6. 40. 4 plus 0 is equal to 4. 4 is not greater than 6. Not an element of set L. 41. 4 plus 1 is equal to 5. 5 is not greater than 6. Not an element of set L. 42. 4 plus 2 is equal to 6. 6 is not greater than 6. Not an element of set L. 43. 4 plus 3 is equal to 7. Greater than 6. Check for the remainder numbers. Elements for set L are 39, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, and 49. Hence, draw the Venn diagram to represent the universal set J, set K, and set L. Set K is a factor of 200. A factor of a number is a number that divides the given number evenly or exactly, leaving no remainder. The factors of 200 are 40 and 50. These two numbers divide the number 200 evenly. From the three sets, common elements found in set J and set L, 39, 45, and 48, set J and set L are intersect to each other. Set K has no common element with set J and set L. Set K is isolated. 39, 45, and 48 are common elements of set J and set L. 42 and 51, only in set J. 43, 44, 46, 47, and 49, only in set L. For set K, 40 and 50. Among the numbers, 41 is not in any of three sets. Leave it outside the three sets. This Venn diagram shows the universal set J, set K, and set L. B. There are three airline companies that have been listed, namely B Airlines, K Airlines, and M Airlines. Table 1 shows the result of the survey. Using the information in Table 1, complete the Venn diagram. Only 2 people responded to the surveys from the 3 airlines. Write 2 at the innermost of the diagram. 63 people only responded to M Airlines, and 22 people only responded to K Airlines. 12 people responded to K Airlines and M Airlines, including the 2 people who responded to the surveys of the 3 airlines. The number of people who only responded to K Airlines and M Airlines is 12 minus 2, which equals 10. B Airlines and M Airlines had 47 responses. Excluding the 2 people who responded to the surveys of the 3 airlines, the number of people who only responded to B Airlines and M Airlines is 47 minus 2, which equals 45. The number of respondents for K Airlines is 49. So the number of respondents for B Airlines and K Airlines, excluding M Airlines, is 49 minus 2 minus 10 minus 22, which equals 15. B Airlines has 188 respondents. 188 minus 45 minus 2 minus 15 is equal to 126. Sobe Airlines alone has 126 respondents. Hence, calculate the number of respondents who do not choose any airlines. There are 300 respondents. The number of respondents who do not choose any airlines is located outside the three sets. 300 minus all the numbers in the three sets. 300 minus 126 minus 15 minus 22 minus 2 minus 45 minus 10 minus 63. The calculated result is 17. The number of respondents who do not choose any airlines is 17. State the number of respondents represented by B intersect K and intersect the complement of M. This is the region of B intersection K. Among the numbers 15 and 2, 15 is outside the set M, the complement of M. Therefore, the number of respondents represented by B intersect K and intersect the complement of M is 15. Question number 13. Table 2.1 shows the cumulative frequency of 80 Form 1 students of SMK Sena in a diagnostic test in 2022. A. After rechecking, it is found that the mark of a student has changed from 68 to 71. Based on the change of the data, first, complete Table 2.2 in the answer space. Table 2.1 is a cumulative frequency table, and Table 2.2 is a frequency table. To convert cumulative frequency to frequency, simply subtract the previous cumulative frequency value from the current cumulative frequency value. The frequency from 10 to 19 is 0. 20 to 29 is 6. 30 to 39 is 14 minus 6 equals 8. 40 to 49 is 30 minus 14 equals 16. 50 to 59 is 49 minus 30 equals 19. The mark of a student has changed from 68 to 71. Therefore, the frequency from 60 to 69 will be deducted by 1, becomes 65 minus 1 minus 49, that's 15. And frequency from 70 to 79 increased by 1. 74 plus 1 minus 65 equals 10. 80 to 89 is 80 minus 74, equals 6. Based on the change of the data, draw a frequency polygon. A horizontal axis, for marks. A vertical axis, for frequency. Using a scale of 2 cm to 10 marks on the horizontal axis. Start from 14.5, 24.5, 34.5, till 94.5. And a scale of 2 cm to 2 students on the vertical axis. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, till 19. Plot the points with frequency 0, 6, 8, 16, 19, 15, 10, 6, and 0. Graph the frequency polygon. A frequency polygon formed. B. Based on the graph in 13a(2), the school wants to make a comparison between the students' performance in 2022 and 2021. Table 2.3 shows the information of the mean and the standard deviation of the 2 years' tests. Calculate the value of x. Based on the Table 2.2, calculate the standard deviation of year 2022. By using the standard deviation formula, substituting all the data in Table 2.2 into the formula. Sum of fx squared. Sum up the product of frequency and the squared of midpoint. 6 times 24.5 squared plus 8 times 34.5 squared, plus 16 times 44.5 squared, plus 19 times 54.5 squared, plus 15 times 64.5 squared, plus 10 times 74.5 squared, plus 6 times 84.5 squared. Sum of fx squared. Divide the summation by the sum of frequency, 80, minus the mean squared, 54.75 squared. The calculated result is 16.65. Make a conclusion about the student's performance in 2021 and 2022. Standard deviation is a measure of how spread out a set of numbers is around the mean. The lower the standard deviation, the more consistent. Therefore, the student's performance is more consistent in year 2021 if compared to year 2022. Question number 14.
Based on the given information, write two linear inequalities other than x greater than 0 and y greater than 0. The participants of the camp consist of x students of secondary school and y students of primary school. First, the total number of camp participants is at most 210. The total number of camp participants written as x plus y at most means not more than. That's x plus y is less than or equal to 210. Second, the number of secondary school students is not less than 2 times the number of primary school students. Not less than means at least. We can write it as the number of secondary school students is greater than or equals to 2 times the number of primary school students. Written as x is greater than or equal to 2y. Invert the linear inequality to 2y is less than or equals to x. The two linear inequalities other than x greater than 0 and y greater than 0 are x plus y is less than or equal to 210 and 2y is less than or equals to x. Draw and shade the region that satisfies the system of linear inequalities in 14a. Draw the x-axis, the number of students in secondary school. Y-axis, the number of students in primary school. 2 centimeters to represents 30 participants on both axes. 30, 60, 90, 120, 150, 180, 210. Convert the linear inequality x plus y less than or equal to 210 into the form of a linear equation x plus y equals 210. Draw a table with x and y. Put x value of 0 into the equation. Y is equal to 210. And try x equals 210. Y equals 0. Plot the point 0, 210. And the point 210, 0. Join them up with a solid line. And shade the unsatisfied region that's above the line. For the linear inequality 2y less than or equal to x. Convert it into a linear equation 2y equals x. Draw a table with x and y. If x equals 0, then y equals 0. Try x equals 60. Then y become 30. Plot the point 0, 0. And the point 60, 30. Join them up with a solid line. And shade the unsatisfied region that's above the line. For the linear inequality x greater than 0. Convert it into a linear equation of x equals 0. X equals 0 is a vertical line. The line of y-axis. Shade the unsatisfied regions. The left-hand side of the line x equals 0. For the linear inequality y greater than 0. Convert it to a linear equation of y equals 0. Y equals 0 is a horizontal line. The line of x-axis. Shade the unsatisfied regions. That's below the line. Now, the unshaded region is shown clearly. This is the region of solutions for all the inequalities. Shade the region and erase the unsatisfied region. Since we have to erase the unsatisfied region, shade it genteelly with pencil so we can erase easily then.
C. Based on the graph in 14b. For 45 primary school students, determine the maximum number of secondary school students. From the graph, draw a horizontal line from the axis of primary school students at 45 until it intersects the line at its maximum point. Then, continue to draw the vertical line down until it meets the horizontal axis with the number of 165. Therefore, the maximum number of secondary school students equals 165. Based on the graph in 14b, for 45 primary school students, calculate the total minimum fees received by the organizer if the registration fee for a secondary school student and a primary school student is 150 ringgit Malaysia and 120 ringgit Malaysia respectively. When the number of primary school students is 45, the minimum number of secondary school students is 90. Therefore, the total minimum fees received by the organizer, 90 times 150 plus 45 times 120. The calculate result is 18,900 ringgit Malaysia. Question number 15. A. Calculate INSIC Farkan's chargeable income in 2021. Chargeable income equals total income minus tax exemption minus tax relief. INSIC Farkan had an annual income of 77,600 ringgit Malaysia. His tax-exempted amounting to 12,600 ringgit Malaysia. And tax relief items which subjected to certain limits in amount. There are 9,000 for individual, 3,360 for life insurance, 2,500 for lifestyle. This tax relief that is eligible to be claimed is 2,500 ringgit Malaysia, despite spending 2,700 ringgit Malaysia. Calculate the chargeable income. That's total annual income, 77600, minus the tax exemption, 12600, minus the tax relief, 9,000, 3,360, and 2,500 ringgit Malaysia. The chargeable income for INSIC Farkan is 50,140 ringgit Malaysia. B. Calculate the income tax payable by INSIC Farkan. That is base tax plus tax on next balance minus tax rebate. From A. The chargeable income of INSIC Farkan is 50,140 ringgit Malaysia. Refer to the income tax rate. 50,140 ringgit Malaysia is in the category 50,001 ringgit Malaysia to 70,000 ringgit Malaysia. Base tax is the tax on the first 50,000 ringgit Malaysia of the chargeable income, 1,800 ringgit Malaysia, and 13% to be charged on next balance. That's 50,140 minus 50,000 times 13%. Then, deduct the tax rebate. Farkan paid zakat amounting to 840 ringgit Malaysia in that year. Minus 840. Simplify to 1,800 plus 18.20 minus 840. The calculated result is 978.20 ringgit Malaysia. Therefore, the income tax to be paid by Insik Farkan is 978.20 ringgit Malaysia. C. Does Insik Farkan need to make an additional income tax payment? It is given that the monthly tax deduction, PCB, in Farkan's monthly payslip was 120 ringgit Malaysia. Total monthly tax deduction is 120 times 12 is equal to 1,440 ringgit Malaysia. Taxpayers should make comparison between total amount of monthly tax deduction, PCB, and tax payable. No additional income tax is to be paid by Insik Farkan because his total monthly tax deduction, 1,440 ringgit Malaysia, is greater than his income tax payable, 978.20 ringgit Malaysia. Hence, what action should be taken by Insik Farkan or Inland Revenue Board next? Inland Revenue Board should refund the excess deduction to Insik Farkan. Question number 16. The prices of a short-sleeved t-shirt and a long-sleeved t-shirt are RM15 and RM18 respectively. Write the ratio of the price of a short-sleeved t-shirt to the price of a long-sleeved t-shirt in the simplest form. To find the ratio, compare the two prices. The ratio is 15 to 18. Simplify the ratio by dividing both numbers by their greatest common divisor, which is 3. Therefore, the ratio is 5 to 6. A total amount of RM390 is allocated by the school to buy 14 short-sleeved t-shirts and X long-sleeved t-shirts. Find the value of X. There are 14 pieces of short-sleeved t-shirt with 15 ringgit each and X pieces of long-sleeved t-shirt with 18 ringgit each. The total cost of the 14 short-sleeved t-shirts with 15 ringgit each, that is 15 times 14. The total cost of the X pieces of long-sleeved t-shirts with 18 ringgit each, 18 times X, 15 times 14 plus 18 times X, adds up to 390. Simplify to 18x equals 390 minus 210, 180 divided by 18. The value of x equals 10. B. Table 4 shows part of travel information of the van that brings them to the opponent's school. Assuming the van moves with the constant speed along the journey, draw a distance-time graph to represent the journey. Draw a line of x-axis, represents time in minutes. A line of y-axis, represents distance in kilometers. The van departs from the school at 6:30 a.m. and travel to the petrol station. The van reaches the petrol station at 6:50 a.m. taking 20 minutes to cover 30 kilometers. During this part, the van is moving at a constant speed. After arriving the petrol station, the van stops for 10 minutes from 6:50 a.m. to 7 a.m. At 7 a.m. the van leaves the petrol station and travels to the opponent's school. The van reaches the opponent's school at 7:20 a.m. taking 20 minutes to cover the 20 kilometers. Again, the van moves at a constant speed during this part of the journey. This is the distance-time graph represents the journey of the van. 2. Calculate the speed of the van, in km per minute, for the first 10 minutes. In the first part of the journey, the van travels 30 kilometers in 20 minutes. To find the speed during this part, speed equals to the change of distance divided by the change of time. Speed of the van, 30 divided by 20, equals to 1.5 kilometers per minute. The van travels at a constant speed in this part of the journey. So the speed for the 10 minutes is also 1.5 kilometers per minute. Therefore, the speed of the van for the first 10 minutes is 1.5 kilometers per minute. C. Diagram 10 shows the dot plot of the number of successful shots made by his players in a particular day. It is given that N-Sik Lee has set a target of 30 successful shots in average by his players in the evaluation. One of the players gives the following statement: "Our team has successfully achieved the target set by the coach." Using the information from the dot plot, give one argument that supports or opposes the player's statement. To check if this is true, we need to analyze the dot plot and determine if the average number of successful shots is 30 or more. Reading the dot plot. Each dot represents one player's performance. Therefore, the total number of dots represents the total number of players. The x-axis shows the number of successful shots. Calculate the average, that is total shots divided by total number of players. Average, also called mean. To find the total number of successful shots, multiply each shot value by its frequency, and add them up. That's 23 times 2, plus 24 times 2, plus 26 times 3, plus 28 times 4, plus 30 times 2, plus 32 times 2, plus 35 times 2, plus 36 times 4, plus 38 times 3. Then, divided by the total number of players, 2 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 4 plus 3. The calculated result is 30 2/3. Since N-Sik Lee set the target of 30 as a successful shot, the result is more than 30. The team achieved the target. Therefore, the player's statement is true. D. Let's understanding the problem. N-Sik Lee's teams, boys and girls, play against two schools, School A and School B. The probability of winning each match is shown in Table 5. A team will advance to the next stage if the probability of winning at least one match exceeds 3/5. We need to calculate the probability of winning at least one match for both teams and check if it exceeds 3/5. Calculating the probability of winning at least one match, that's the sum up of the probability of win, lose, lose, win, and win, win. Probability of boys team, win, 2/5, lose, 1 minus 8/15, 2/5 times 7/15. Lose, 1 minus 2/5, win, 8/15, 3/5 times 8/15. Win, 2/5, win, 8/15, 2/5 times 8/15. Add up the fraction. The calculate result is 0.72. Check if it exceeds 3/5. Convert 3/5 into decimal. That's 0.6. Since 0.72 is greater than 0.6, the boys' team meets the requirement. Calculate the probability of girls' team, win, 3/7, lose, 1 minus 3/8, 3/7 times 5/8. Lose, 1 minus 3/7, win, 3/8, 4/7 times 3/8. Win, 3/7, win, 3/8, 3/7 times 3/8. Add up the fraction. The calculate result is 0.64. 0.64 is greater than 0.6. The girls' team meets the requirement. Therefore, both boys and girls' team get the chance to the next stage, because both the probability exceeds 3/5. Both teams will advance to the next stage. Question number 17. A. Diagram 11 shows the speed-time graph of an phase cycle on a particular day. Based on the speed-time graph, 1. State the uniform speed in km per hour. And uniform speed means a constant speed over a period of time, which you can identify as the flat, horizontal section of the speed-time graph. This happens between 0.3 and 0.7 hours, where the speed remains constant at 25 kilometers per hour. Therefore, the uniform speed is 25 kilometers per hour. 2. Calculate the distance traveled in km for the last 0.5 hour. To calculate the distance traveled in the last 0.5 hours, observe the graph from 0.7 to 1.2 hours. During this period, the speed decreases linearly from 25 km per hour to 0 km per hour, forming a triangle on the graph. In this triangle, the base is the time interval from 0.7 to 1.2 hours. 1.2 minus 0.7 is equal to 0.5 hours. The height is the speed change from 25 kilometers per hour to 0 kilometers per hour, equals 25 kilometer per hour. The area under the speed time graph represents the distance traveled. To calculate the distance, find the area under this triangular section of the graph. Now, apply the formula, distance equals 1/2 times base times height. 1/2 times 0.5 times 25 is equal to 6.25 kilometer. Therefore, the distance traveled for the last 0.5 hour is 6.25 kilometer. B. 1. Draw a directed graph to represent the longest riding time from the homestay to the waterfall with the condition that all the paths are taken once only. Let's convert all time units to minutes. Some travel times are given in hours, so we convert them to minutes. 1/4 of an hour equals 15 minutes. 1.2 hours equals 72 minutes. 0.75 hour equals 45 minutes. 2/3 of an hour equals 40 minutes. From the homestay, H, there are several routes to reach the waterfall, W, each with different travel times. The goal is to find the longest route, ensuring that each path is only taken once. To maximize the travel time, we should aim to pass through as many locations as possible without repeating paths. Travel from the homestay, H, to the bird park, B, taking 17 minutes. From the bird park, go to the beach, P, adding 15 minutes. From the beach, head to the clock tower, M, taking another 72 minutes. From the clock tower, travel to the upside-down house, R, adding 10 minutes. Finally, go from the upside-down house to the waterfall, W, taking 45 minutes. This is a directed graph drawn to represent the longest riding time from the homestay to the waterfall with the condition that all the paths are taken once only. Hence, calculate the longest time in hours and minute. Add all these times together. 17 plus 15 plus 72 plus 10 plus 45 is equal to 159 minutes. Convert minutes back to hours and minutes. 159 minutes equals 2 hours and 39 minutes. Therefore, the longest time it takes to ride from the homestay to the waterfall, covering each path only once, is 2 hours and 39 minutes. C. Diagram 13 shows the diameter of rim and the thickness of tire of bicycle R. The diameter of the rim of bicycle R is 600 millimeters. The thickness of the tire is 3 centimeters, which 30 millimeters. Thus, the total radius of tire of bicycle R is 600 plus 30 divided by 2 equals 330 millimeters. It is given that the radius of the rim of bicycle S is 3/4 of the radius of the rim of bicycle R. The radius of the tire of bicycle S is 3/4 of 600 plus 30 divided by 2 equals 255 mm. Now, let's calculate their circumferences. The formula for circumference is 2 pi r. Circumference of tire of bicycle R is 2 times 22 over 7 times 330 is equal to 2074.3 mm. Circumference of tire of bicycle S is 2 times 22 over 7 times 255 is equal to 1602.9 mm. Assuming that the distance of the recreational ride on every weekend is 12.5 kilometers equals 12,500,000 millimeters. For bicycle R, the rotation for R is 12,500,000 divided by 2074.3. For bicycle S, the rotation for S is 12,500,000 divided by 1602.9. Calculate the difference of the number of complete rotations between both bicycles' wheels. The difference is 1,772 rotations. D. In sick phase wants to buy 2 bicycles, and he has 2 choices: TT Cycles, a local shop, or The Wheel, an online shop. Determine which shop should be in sick phase choice to save his money. Option 1. TT Cycles. Each bicycle costs 650 ringgit Malaysia. There's a 5% discount on each bicycle. So the price of first bicycle at TT Cycle shop is 650 times 95%. 617.50 ringgit Malaysia for the first bicycle. An addition discount of 10% for second bicycle. Apply an additional 10% discount on this reduced price. 617.50 times 90% equals 555.75 ringgit Malaysia. The total cost at TT Cycles is 1,173.25 ringgit Malaysia. Option 2. The Wheel. Each bicycle costs 5,500 Thai baht. Convert Thai baht to ringgit Malaysia. It is given that 1 ringgit Malaysia equals 7.90 Thai baht. 5,500 divided by 7.90. That's 696.20 ringgit Malaysia per bicycle. There's a 15% discount on each bicycle. So the total cost of the 2 bicycle at the wheel shop is 2 times 696.20 times 85%. There's also a delivery fee of 790 Thai baht. Convert that to ringgit Malaysia. 790 divided by 7.90 equals 100. Sum up to 1,283.54 ringgit Malaysia. Compare the cost of the 2 options. TT Cycles is cheaper by 110.29 ringgit Malaysia. Therefore, TT Cycles shop will be in sick phase choice because it is cheaper.
And that's it for the 2022 SPM Math Paper 2. I hope you found this helpful. Keep practicing, believe in yourself, and you've got this.